Have you ever wondered how the United States came to be the country we know today? Let's take a step back in time to an era when the promise of a new world attracted explorers from Europe. A time when Christopher Columbus, a Genoese mariner under the patronage of the Spanish monarchs, set sail westwards, inadvertently stumbling upon a land that would later come to be known as America. Following Columbus's voyage, a flurry of European expeditions ensued, all eager to stake their claim on this new world. Britain, however, emerged as the dominant power, establishing 13 colonies along the eastern seaboard. These colonies thrived, their population burgeoned, and they became a beacon of hope for those seeking a fresh start. But beneath this prosperity, unrest brewed. The colonists grew increasingly resentful of the British Crown's heavy-handed rule and its imposition of taxes without representation. This resentment culminated in the American Revolution, a war fought on the principles of liberty and self-governance. The revolution was a hard-fought battle, a David against Goliath story, with the colonists, the underdogs, facing off against one of the world's most powerful empires. But against all odds, the colonists emerged victorious, and on July 4, 1776, they declared their independence from British rule. In the aftermath of the revolution, the founding fathers, visionaries like George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, and Benjamin Franklin, worked tirelessly to create a nation built on the principles of freedom and democracy. They drafted the United States Constitution, a document that remains a pillar of American governance to this day. The birth of the United States was not an easy one. It was a process marred by conflict and strife, but through perseverance and a steadfast commitment to the ideals of liberty and justice, a new nation was born. A nation that would go on to become one of the most influential in the world. The United States was born, but it would continue to grow and change in ways that no one could have predicted. As the young nation grew, so did its ambitions. In the heart of the 19th century, a belief took hold. A belief that would shape the destiny of the United States, the concept of manifest destiny. This was more than just a belief, it was a conviction that the American expansion across the continent was not only inevitable, but divinely ordained. This concept fueled the nation's territorial growth, but it didn't come without its fair share of challenges. The land was vast, and it was not unclaimed. The United States had neighbors to the north and south, namely Canada and Mexico, who had their own territorial claims. In the north, the border with Canada was relatively peaceful. The Anglo-American Convention of 1817 set the boundary at the 49th parallel from the Lake of the Woods to the Rocky Mountains. Later, the Oregon Treaty of 1846 extended this boundary to the Pacific Ocean. These agreements, though not without their disputes, were largely successful in preventing major conflict between the two nations. The southern border, however, was a different story altogether. Here, the dispute with Mexico over Texas led to the Mexican-American War in the mid-19th century. The war ended with the Treaty of Guadalupe Hidalgo in 1848, which not only confirmed the annexation of Texas, but also ceded California, and a large area comprising parts of present-day Arizona, Colorado, New Mexico, Nevada, Utah, and Wyoming. These border disputes were not just about expanding territory, they were about asserting national identity, securing economic opportunities, and fulfilling what many believed to be the nation's destiny. But despite the challenges and conflicts, the borders were eventually settled. The United States had grown from a collection of 13 colonies along the Atlantic coast to a nation stretching from the Atlantic to the Pacific, from sea to shining sea. With the borders of the United States finally settled, the country could focus on growing its population and economy. And oh, how it would grow, but that, my friends, is a story for another time. The United States is often referred to as a melting pot, but what does that mean exactly? Well, the term melting pot is a metaphor for a society where many different types of people blend together as one. This idea is at the very core of American identity. The United States is a country built largely by immigrants who brought with them their cultures, traditions, and ideas. Let's take a journey back in time. From the very onset, the United States was a product of immigration. The first wave of immigrants, primarily from England, France, and the Netherlands, arrived in the 17th century. They were soon followed by others from Germany, Ireland, and Scandinavia. In the late 19th and early 20th centuries, a second wave of immigration brought millions of people to America from southern and eastern Europe. Italians, Greeks, Poles, and Russians sought the promise of a better life in the New World. The 20th century saw the third wave of immigration, with an influx of people from Asia, Latin America, and the Caribbean. This wave continues to shape the face of America today. Each wave of immigrants has left its mark on American society. They brought with them their languages, foods, music, and religious beliefs, all of which have been woven into the fabric of American culture. The blending of cultures is not always smooth. There have been and continue to be tensions and conflicts. Yet the process of assimilation and integration continues. It's this continuous influx of new cultures, ideas, and perspectives that keeps the American society vibrant and dynamic. But it's not just about cultural exchange. Immigrants have also played a pivotal role in the economic growth of the United States, working in industries, starting businesses, and contributing to scientific and technological advancements. So, when we say that America is a melting pot, we are acknowledging the rich tapestry of cultures that have come together to create the unique society that is the United States. It's a testament to the country's openness to new ideas, its capacity for change, and its enduring promise of opportunity. The United States is a diverse nation, and that diversity has played a key role in shaping the country's identity. From a fledgling nation to a global economic powerhouse, how did the United States achieve such rapid growth? The answer lies in a tale of revolution, innovation, and sheer entrepreneurial spirit. In the early 19th century, the United States was primarily an agrarian society, but everything changed with the advent of the Industrial Revolution. This period of intense industrialization saw the rise of factories, steam power, and railroads, transforming the nation from a rural economy to an industrial giant. The Industrial Revolution didn't just change the way people worked, it revolutionized how they lived. But the United States didn't stop there. As the country moved into the 20th century, it became a hotbed of innovation and entrepreneurship. The invention of the telephone, the light bulb, and the automobile, to name just a few, gave rise to new industries and unprecedented economic growth. The nation was no longer just making things, it was inventing them. Of course, this growth didn't happen in a vacuum. It was facilitated by key economic policies that encouraged innovation and entrepreneurship. For example, the United States has always been a champion of free trade, believing in the power of competition to drive innovation and create wealth. The country also embraced a laissez-faire approach to the economy, keeping government intervention to a minimum and letting the market decide winners and losers. The United States also recognized the importance of investing in infrastructure. The Transcontinental Railroad, the interstate highway system, and the internet are all examples of this. These projects didn't just create jobs, they created the foundation for the United States' modern economy. Finally, let's not forget the American dream. The belief that anyone, regardless of their background, can achieve success through hard work and determination. This ethos has attracted some of the world's most ambitious entrepreneurs and innovators to the United States, fueling its economic engine for centuries. The United States' economic success is a testament to the power of innovation and the entrepreneurial spirit. This is the story of how a young nation grew into the world's largest economy. It's a story of vision, determination, and the power of the free market. The United States is known for its two-party system, but how did this system come about, and who were its key players? The origins of the two-party system trace back to the nation's early years when two distinct political factions emerged. On one hand, there were the Federalists, led by the likes of Alexander Hamilton, who advocated for a strong central government. On the other, the Democratic Republicans, led by Thomas Jefferson and James Madison, championed states' rights. As time marched on, these parties evolved, shifted, and eventually gave birth to the two entities we're familiar with today, the Democrats and the Republicans. The Democratic Party, which is the oldest active political party in the United States, officially came into being in 1828. Andrew Jackson, the seventh president of the United States, is often credited as the party's founder. The Republican Party, on the other hand, was formed in the mid-19th century by anti-slavery activists and modernizers. Abraham Lincoln, the 16th president and a figure synonymous with the abolition of slavery, was the first Republican to assume the highest office in the land. Over the centuries, these parties have seen a host of influential leaders who've left indelible marks on American politics. From the New Deal policies of Democrat Franklin D. Roosevelt that helped America recover from the Great Depression, to Republican Ronald Reagan's economic reforms in the 80s, known as Reaganomics. These leaders, along with countless others, have shaped and reshaped the contours of American policy and governance. Yet, it's crucial to remember that the United States political landscape isn't just a two-horse race. Throughout history, third parties, such as the Progressive Party or the Libertarian Party, have also made significant contributions, bringing fresh perspectives and catalyzing important discussions on various issues. Despite their differences, both parties have played a pivotal role in shaping the United States political landscape. Today's political climate is a testament to their enduring influence and the dynamic, ever-evolving nature of American politics. From its inception to the present day, the United States has undergone significant changes. Let's take a moment to examine the nation's current state, as we stand here in the latter part of 2023. The United States is a melting pot of cultures, a vibrant tapestry woven from the threads of countless ethnicities. The demographics of the nation continue to shift and evolve, with a notable increase in the Hispanic and Asian populations, further enriching the cultural fabric of the country. The economy, too, has seen considerable changes. Despite the trials and tribulations of recent years, the resilience and adaptability of American businesses and industries have proven crucial to economic recovery. Today, the United States stands as a technological and economic powerhouse, leading the world in innovation and entrepreneurship. The digital revolution has transformed the landscape, with Silicon Valley and other tech hubs acting as the beating heart of this new economy. In the political arena, the United States remains a dynamic and ever-changing landscape. The balance of power shifts back and forth between the Democratic and Republican parties, each bringing their own ideologies and policies to the table. The rise of social media has transformed political campaigning, bringing politicians closer to the people they serve and fostering a more direct and immediate form of communication. These changes, while significant, are but a snapshot of the nation's evolution. They serve as a testament to the adaptability and resilience of the United States, a country that continues to redefine itself in the face of new challenges and opportunities. As we look to the future, it's clear that the United States will continue to evolve, driven by its diverse population, dynamic economy, and vibrant political scene. The story of the United States is far from over, and we can only imagine what exciting new chapters lie ahead. The history of the United States is a story of growth, change, and perseverance. We've traveled from the birth of a nation, through the trials of border disputes and manifest destiny, and seen how the United States has grown and shifted over time. We've traced the rich tapestry of cultures that have come together to form the diverse population of the United States today, each contributing their unique threads to the fabric of this nation. We've watched as the United States rose to become an economic powerhouse, driven by innovation, resilience, and a spirit of entrepreneurship. We've seen the formation and evolution of political parties, and the leaders who have guided the nation through both calm and turbulent waters. We've looked at the United States of today, a nation that continues to grow and evolve, facing both challenges and opportunities. But the journey doesn't stop here. The United States, like any nation, is a living, breathing entity, constantly changing and adapting. There are challenges to face, certainly. Economic inequality, climate change, and political polarization are just a few of the issues that the United States must address. Yet, with every challenge comes an opportunity for growth and improvement. The United States has always been a nation of problem solvers, innovators, and dreamers. It's this spirit that has guided the nation through its past and will continue to shape its future. And it's this spirit that underscores the importance of understanding and learning from our history, in all its complexity and nuance. As we continue to write the story of the United States, let us remember the lessons of our past and look forward to the possibilities of our future. The journey of the United States is far from over. Indeed, in many ways, it's just getting started. As we look to the horizon, let's remember the journey behind us and keep our eyes fixed on the road ahead.